Hey folks, welcome to day 88 of the Storage 100 series. I'm Joe Downs with the Storage Moguls. So, lien sales and auctions, folks, it is not exactly as glamorous as what you see on the TV shows. Today I'm going to walk you through the actual legal process and how to handle it without getting sued. And for more real world operations content like this, where everyday storage owners or aspiring ones like yourself will come together and discuss these topics, join Storage Moguls for a free. That's free. StorageMoguls.ai. When we launch in a few short weeks, you'll be part of an AI native learning community with GPT tools and multimodal content across every storage vertical. Start for free, advance at your own pace. We'll have a community feed, master classes, and breakout rooms and groups that will talk about things like the auction process. And since that's what we're here to talk about today, we need to start with a serious reality check. The biggest mistake operators make is treating the auction like it's a treasure hunt. It's not. If you think it is or should be, then lean in because you need to learn about compliance and risk mitigation, not reality television. This process is about legally recovering your space and minimizing your exposure to a lawsuit. We need to shift our mindset from profit center to compliance center right now. But first, let's look at why the TV version of this business is so dangerous. A fantasy of storage auctions is all about finding treasure and making huge profits. But that is not the business reality we operate in, folks. Your primary goal in any auction is legal compliance, period. We're not looking for a windfall. We're simply recovering our space and hopefully collecting a debt. The money you make from the sale is always secondary to following the law perfectly. Remember, one mistake in this process can wipe out a year's worth of auction revenue in a single lawsuit. So you need to focus on the legal framework that protects us. This legal timeline is the most critical, important thing to pay attention to. If you're managing this process, you need to know your state's lien law timeline like the back of your hand. The process starts on day one when the rent is late, leading to a lockout and a late fee around day 5 to 10, depends on your state. The most sensitive step is the lien notice, which must be sent by certified mail between day 30 and 35. Again, depends on your state. Missing any of these deadlines or steps invalidates the entire process. That's why when we say one mistake can equal a lawsuit, we mean it. Now let's dive into the specifics of these notification requirements. Because when it comes to notification, certified mail is the gold standard and your best defense in court. You need that proof of delivery to show you followed the law exactly. Some states are starting to allow email notification, but you should check your local statute before relying on it. Also, many jurisdictions still require a public notice, typically a newspaper ad to run for 2 consecutive weeks. Don't skip the public notice requirement just because it feels old-fashioned and maybe even expensive. You need to satisfy all 3 of these requirements to proceed legally. All right, now let's talk about how you prepare the unit for the actual sale. Because when preparing the unit, no one should ever open boxes or go through the tenant's personal property. The photo rule is simple. Take photos from the threshold only. Never step inside that unit. You're trying to capture the volume of goods, not the details of what's inside. When you write the description for the sale, keep it general. Use phrases like household goods or miscellaneous items. Never list specific items you can't confirm 100%, like Samsung 55-inch TV. Unless it's right there and you can, I wouldn't confirm it. Specificity creates liability. Regarding the actual auction sale itself, the choice between online and live auctions is simple. Choose online every time. Live auctions are the old way. They attract a small local crowd and they're weather dependent. And they generally result in lower auction prices. They're dying out for a reason. Online auctions are the new standard because they give you a national audience, which usually drives up the price. You get higher prices with zero hassle, and that's the goal. We are not treasure hunters. We are business operators focused on maximizing recovery and minimizing risk. All right. So what happens then immediately after the sale, you might ask? Well, you need to require a cleaning deposit in cash from the highest bidder, typically $50 to $150 or somewhere in there. You would do that from the buyer right after the sale. This is non-negotiable. The buyer needs to understand that they get this money back only after the unit is verified as being empty and broom swept. This simple process prevents you from having to clean up the trash later, which saves you time and money. You don't want to let them take the items with value and leave the trash. That defeats the purpose. Once you verify the unit is clean, you refund the deposit. This is a critical step in maintaining the cleanliness and operational efficiency of your facility. Now, you might be curious. Deposit? I thought they just won the auction. What happens to the money from the sale itself? Understanding proceeds and overage is where the legal risk really spikes. The sale price is not your profit. You're only entitled to recover your debt and costs. Your debt includes unpaid rent, late fees, and auction costs. That cleaning deposit you just collected. Everything else is the overage or the profit, and that belongs to the tenant. And you are legally prohibited from keeping that profit in most states. If the tenant doesn't claim the overage, you then need to remit it to the state treasury. One mistake here, and you could face a lawsuit. Over what? Tens to hundreds of dollars? Don't screw this part up. This is why compliance is everything in the auction process. And really, here's the reality check every operator needs to hear. Auctions are a failure of collection. When you sell a unit, it means you failed to get paid, and you had to resort to the most extreme measure. Your goal is always to get paid, not to sell their stuff. We are not in the business of selling used goods. We are in the business of renting space. The entire auction process, from the first notice to the final overage payment, is about compliance. If you treat it like a treasure hunt, you will get sued. If you treat it like a legal process, you will be protected. Remember that one mistake can equal a lawsuit. That should be your core takeaway. All right, if you know someone who thinks owning storage is just like a TV show about storage auctions, they need a reality check, and you should share this information with them. This business is about compliance, legal risk mitigation, and professional operation, not drama. Please like and subscribe to the Storage Moguls Mastermind for more instructional content like this. We are here to help you navigate the complexities of this industry and stay on the right side of the law, folks. So thank you for joining me for day 88 of the Storage 100 series. Next up, day 89, customer service in self-storage. Sounds exciting. Here's a hint. It's a little different than you think. And remember, the auction process is state-specific, detail-intensive, and not something you want to learn by making mistakes. Follow the law to the letter. Inside the Storage Moguls community, we'll have resources for our members that share state-by-state lien law guides and auction checklists. You should probably go ahead and join for free at storagemoguls.ai. That's .ai, not .com, and you already know why. You should do it now so you can try to be one of the lucky 500 who get that GPT for free. So go ahead and register now. There's a free seat waiting for you. See you tomorrow.